Hello and welcome back. I've slept on it, I have, and I would like to, say that bottom line is when you consider that I made a deal for a farmer to get paid 30,000 to do a baling contract. The game mechanics themselves, if they go wrong, I completed the contract. So as far as I'm concerned, I should have 30 grand. Now we all know that if I whipped this out, we actually dropped in 35 ton bales and 7 3.5 ton bales, the round bales that I dropped in first to make that contract complete. Now we also saw that when I dropped the one bale in, it gave me 1%. Now that's not quite accurate, not quite. It's that the game can't quite tell. I was correct. It was 13% per load of 14, which means for me to complete, I would have had to drop in 112 bales. Now that field is never going to drop 112 bales. It was 82. I checked in editing, not 84. 82 bales, and that was super duper. I think when I was actually working it out, when I was doing, I did it. I've done baling for a long time now, so I know you can cut halfway on the headlands, and it will allow you to get away with it. If you try to go a full headland, as in like you don't cut on the field, you've got to cut on the field, half on the field, half on the headland. Most content creators would know that as a fact, especially if baling is probably, if you were going to say anyone's got a speciality, baling would be mine. It really would. It is my go-to. So I cut that half cut, which meant I think I was counting the bales, and I was up to about 8 or 9. Now obviously half of that is on the field and half of that is on the headland. So if it was 8 or 9, that's 4.5 bales that I got extra on the contract that shouldn't have been in the count, which means I would have got 78 bales maximum from that had I not have cut so generous a headland. So the bottom line is I was right. I was set up for a fall by game mechanics. However, it's what do you class as a cheat? Now I made a contract and a deal, and I got to complete that because we did legitimately complete the contract. The agreement between me and the farmer was for me to cut their fields and me to get all of that stuff to here. Now the game mechanics, however, was somehow so badly skewed that there's no way I would have ever completed, as we saw from how many bales I had to conjure out of thin air. Thank goodness for that, actually, on being on PC and being able to do that. I mean, it was good enough knowing I'd worked for 3.5 hours to do such a monumental task. It really was. I mean, the other thing is, I'm going to say Cavalier Roy. Now, I had exactly the same on Riverside. If you look on the map, if it was a biogas one, I vowed on the Cavalier Roy one, if I sort of pull back, now we were on 53, which is the furthest point away and from the biogas plant as possible. Now I remember going over the baling contracts, and all of the biogas ones, the ones that you would cut, were always on the opposite side of the map. In other words, Cavalier Roy had set it so that you'd got to go all the way across the map, and obviously this is multiple times. That was 3.5 hours of my time. Now I'm not sure. We're going to have a quick look because I want to see if contracts are broken, as in if they're. But I don't want to do this massive. I really don't. And I don't care whether it's. I would like to go silage because that's the one where you actually make some money. Hey. You make 2,000 or 3,000 on top, you really do. I'm not going to do big, but we are going to. So we've got 105 and 127. Let's have a look where. Now 105 is actually very close, as is 127 actually. Right, let's try this. Let's do this. 127. My favourite number is 27, so let's go for that. We are going to lease it, and we only get a reduction, so we want to borrow items. And let's try this again. I am going to go straight into a time. I want to see if this was just a bad field or whether it's the actual map. Now, I'm not sure what to do about the extra 10 grand because we know I conjured those up. Now, we all know I should have got money anyway. You should. There's no way on this game, you should ever not get paid a bonus. And I've got to be honest, most silage contracts, I would usually double. So if I was going to get 30 grand, I would probably almost always net 60 grand. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had one that hasn't done that. So for us to just do gets 10 grand, I don't feel it's cheating, but it does leave a sour taste in my mouth because it wasn't done. Now that is a point. Can I? Let's have a look. Is there a sneaky way to get behind us? Is there? Because obviously we've got a cut through. I think this does lead out the other side, if I'm honest. Yeah. Now this is all legit. All I've done is moved trees off the side because I was, yeah, I'm thinking ahead. I am. This is a storyline, but I'm thinking ahead. All of the trees, there were lots of trees over here. Lots. I mean, it was jam-packed. And if I were going to make use of this, because my friend Tom does own the thing, and again, there were lots here. This was very uneven. Most of my money, as you can see, was spent levelling this. It was, and that was legitimately out of my 300 grand that you start with. Start from scratch. Oh, I missed a bit of grass there. My bad. Yeah. It does you can't. Okay. Well. We could make a. Yeah, we can. We've had a few bad things. There's a point. I haven't got a chainsaw. No, I haven't. Oh, I have got some money now. We could afford a chainsaw. Do you know? Yeah. Being as this is us just testing as well, I seriously think that we will do that. I'm going to buy a chainsaw, and being as we're going into, I'm actually going to go for one of my absolute favourites. I'm going to go for the red lightsaber because I feel in need of a bit of fun after the horror of that sour contract that it left in my mouth. Now, where is the nearest one? It's just the only thing, it's finding the... Where are you? Ah, there you are. No, that's a tree. That is a tree. I did see the... Ah, there you are. I would say that's enough. Shall we? Yeah, we shall. We'll chop you as well just to make us a proper path. And we'll make it a little higher so it usually does the lumberjack mods. Yes, smashing. Okay. Right, I think that's enough. Let's try that. Yes. Right. Let's try this. Let's see. With our little bit of a... Well, it's not a cheat. It's legitimate. I'm allowed to do this, and we do technically own this land. Well, Tom does. Yeah, now I've spoke to him. He is quite happy. Now then, can I remember twice on the trot? Oh, no, you have to open and then do it. No, that's the map, Mr. Smith. In fact, yeah, let's switch that off. There we go. Right, I am going to go into a time lapse. This, thank goodness, is not on the scale that the original one was, but nevertheless, there's still a lot of work to do. So, yeah, I am going to say my words. I'm going to do exactly the same as again. I'm going to go over the headlands as much as you're allowed, which in this case is looking pretty much like all of it. So, I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, that's what you get when you're trying to go a little bit mad. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, yeah. I was gonna cut the grass and then I realised it's a contract. You can't cut the grass. It's not like it's your equipment. Yeah, Tom would have been quite happy for me to cut the grass on all of this to just make that bale up, but I thought, no, it's a contract, you can't do it. And it's true, I can't. Right, why did I use the Landini instead of the fence? You might be asking, because the fence are my favourite manufacturer. Well, no matter how good the steering is on a big tractor, it cannot compete with a small tractor with a better, its wheelbase is completely different. So as much as I do love the Mighty Fen, and it is a fantastic, steering is one of its best assets, still nevertheless the Landini is a much smaller tractor and so therefore can twist and turn on the little turns better than the Mighty Fens. Yeah, and the Landini has very good steering too. It's not just as cut and dry as that, but it turns easier. Yeah, there's only something like the 1150 fence that can sort of turn around the corner as if the corner doesn't exist, that is the best tractor for doing turns in the game, and the challenges and things, all of those that can sort of hover around corners almost, they're that good at turning. It's amazing. But yeah, I did quite well on this. I looked around at the field at the little tiny bits of grass and thought, you're not going to make a bale up out of those little bits and bobs, because I was quite thorough. Yeah, there's just those odd little tiny pips that you get, like those, like 3 little dots that amount to 10 litres here and there. If I got all of those on the entire field, I'd be lucky if I got 500 litres, so there's definitely not enough to complete another bale. I do hate that, but yeah. And also, the headland on this one, unlike the other fields, is very small, and there's a lot of trees as well, so I did as good as I could. Maybe got 1 or 2 more bales because of that, but I'm not sure. It is very, that headland there is all trees, so I didn't do much there, and the other headlands are only very slight, so maximum of 1.5 bales I think from the headland off this other one. So we will have moment of truth. We shall see. Was it just the one field? Is it a dodgy field, or is it that the contracts are broken on the map? That is the question. I would have thought it was a dodgy field, but you never know. Never say never. So I wanted to do this obviously because the entire thing of this was contracts to start from absolutely zero, and if the contracts are broken, well, yeah. I mean, I have got an ace up my sleeve. I did mention it a little bit yesterday, but it may appear a little bit cheaty, but I'm going to try to bring it into, it's not cheating, it is only using what the map maker has very kindly provided, which I did a poke around, which is why it was an hour poking around on this map, where normally I show you from the second I come on the map, but this is a storyline, so it's prep. So yes, we shall see what we shall see. I'm not sure. I'm also still not sure about the 10 grand we got from the bales, even though we should have got extra. Bottom line is we would have got the 30 grand minus, it would have been 28,005 or something. I don't mind it being the true 30 in the circumstances, but yes, I feel a bit bad about that. I'm going to have to be a little bit unrealistic here to try to grab that one and hope there's no, I'm not sure where the post is there, probably right where I'm going to go. I do apologise for this, I do, but stupidly, of course, now that's a point. Can I knock that back in the field? No, I can't. No, I have to grab that next time because we are full. Right, smashing, let's get these gone. See what percentage we get for this, because this is the lion's share. This is not a big contract, which is why I was determined I wasn't going to do a big one again in case, it was contracts or baling contracts are broken full stop, or what, it's the map. I wasn't willing to do another big one because the entire Let's Play was built upon contracts to get us to a place where we can be a farmer, so yeah. This may have to be revised if contracts are broken, because baling contracts would be my go-to. Yeah, Greenlands really was built on baling. in the end. I mean, we did a lot of cultivating at the beginning, but yeah, the real... Yeah, it was a one evening of baling contracts that actually did it on Greenlands, that actually set us up and brought in the money for us to buy our first field. So yeah, often is silage contracts. Right, let's get this ready. And yeah, we should use this one again. Right, I was going to say it's processed well, but yeah. It has actually, because thinking about it, this is just... Hang on a minute, what? Farmer's market. Oh, seriously, that was exactly why. Oh, where is the farmer's market? That means we're going to have to buy bales now. Or buy loose silage and lease a... Where is it? Oh, all the way up there. This is what annoyed me last time. I don't mind working for it, but when you've got the field opposite this, then it's always... yeah, it's always on the opposite side of the map. And I mean, considerable... Makes it sound like I'm lazy, but yeah, obviously there is a certain amount of design in picking contracts. That was, of course, me dropping that off there was totally my fault. So now we have got to buy some bales. I'm not sure how we'll do this. I'm not sure whether we're going to conjure them up out of the air and then I deduct the money. We'll have to... Or do I just lease a... We'll get some... Do loose and actually buy it from our... Yeah. Let's see how well we do first. Let's just grab these and go to the right place. And... Yeah. We'll go from there. Then we'll get loose, which I will pay for. It's as broad as it is long. Though it is very annoying. But it is my own fault, it really is. Yeah. Now that there's no way we're going to be anywhere near finished on this though. The full load would have been probably the one for finishing. Yeah, it's on Cavalier Roy's Riverside. It was exactly I vowed not to do silage contracts because when there was one that was close to the BGA, it was the other side of the map like this one, and when it was one that was near that, it was on the other side of the map to the farmer's market like this. In other words, you've got to... It insists that there's never an easy contract. There's never one across the road from the BGA, which is a little bit naughty. It's choices. Maybe actually built into the game and not be something Cavalier Roy himself actually chooses. I'm not sure how the contract system works, whether you as a map maker have any choice. I would imagine not. I would imagine it's a Giants thing if I'm honest. But I don't know. I can't say that for certain. Right, can we... Okay, I'm not sure if that's too close to the post now. No, it's not. Oh, it was. I am. With the tree. Right, let's... So, 12 bales. That is definitely not going to be enough. Let's get them gone anyway. Fats. That is a point. Now, it will cost me a fortune though to buy them from the shop. I think we're going to be clever. Let's lease a... Now let's try and... Yeah, I need to gauge what size we are going to need. Being as we've got another tractor, it seems rather silly to go all the way down there. I think we'll just get a trailer full of... Yeah, loose, I do. And we shall lease... I didn't say in yesterday because I was in such a rush to dart off on trailers. Do I buy one for the future? What a super duper... Good all rounder. What about the 20-foot gooseneck? That is so reasonable. It's a bit... No, I don't want extensions and ramps though. 30 metre cubes for 11,500. This does actually now take... We don't want gooseneck though. Yeah, I love the way that it does that. Now, does this have the option for a... It doesn't, I remember. This was... Yeah, it doesn't have an option for a rear attacher. Right, so we're going to buy that. Right, smashing. So then, let's grab 1 full load, 30 tons, which is the equivalent to almost 10 bales. Almost. About 8.5, something like that. Let's buy some... No, that's just important. Yeah, not... Right, we want silage. Right, smash it. I wouldn't do this if I hadn't made such a immense, because this sort of looks a bit cheaty in a way, that like, and I didn't, it was never my intention to do that. Really, I did honestly think, well, actually, if you think back to when I said about the contract, I did sort of say about it being just across the road, which obviously in my mind pointed to the fact that I actually did think it was going to the BGA, which of course was my mistake. It really was. Right, let's get this load off anyway. Yeah, let's get it to, now let's have a look. Farmer's Market is, we have to turn left, right, first left. Smash it. Let's go wide. Make sure that he or she is following us. And hope that 1 full trailer load is enough. Smashing. So, turn left, next left. It's a beautiful map. Cavalry Roy is very talented at his map making, yeah, and I do love the fact that he's incorporated the fact you can chop open the hedges. I think that's amazing. I do. I did love that about Alien Jim's original map that did that. It's not this left, is it? No, it's proper left, I think it says. Right, let's get this finished. Corner Bennett, what a palaver. Let's indicate. Is that indicating? Oh, is my side panel not working? Why can I not see my indicators? I should be able to. Ah, they are working. Right, farmers markets. Wow, there's a lot of tree areas on this. Some real good, proper tree felling, harvesting bits of. Yeah, I like it. Now then, where are we? Not this first one. Yes. It is nice because I haven't been down here, not yet. I did the other side of the map where we went to Field 53. That's all I've done so far. It is beautiful. I do like that. I like that little forest as well. We did some forestry, some nice trees there. Right. Left indicate. Ah, now then. I don't know where we're going because I've never been here. This is the... I would guess it's where the grate is. That's a guess, though. And if you get it wrong, though... Okay, leap of faith. That's all I'm going to say. Leap of faith. Stop the follower. Thank you very much, younger man. I don't think I've quite got that right. Yeah, let's get the angles right. going to somehow think it's supposed to go there. Right, well that's interesting. Okay, well we have no other option but to switch this on. Yes. Well, that has got a blue glowy sign, but is it not for bales? Ah, bales are here, right, okay, let's correct that. Let's put a blob of green on that so that I know next time, although I probably won't ever forget when you do things like that, but yeah, let's do that. Ooh, will it not let me do that? Ah, it won't. Okay. Not actually on the thing. Okay, right. Will it let me? No, I won't do that. I'm going to have to remember that. Right, let's stick them off again. So it's by the loading door there, which makes a certain bit of sense. Now this is loose though, so it's not actual bales. Right, let's pick the bales up first. Oh no, this is tight. So he goes and puts the arm down. Was that really wise? Probably not. In fact, it really wasn't. It was a very silly thing to do. I do have my moments of silliness. Yes. Right, and can we get to them? That is the... I think we really need to be coming from the Landini side. Now, if that is the bale bit, then surely, though, this would be the bit... Because it does have a tip symbol. Ah, you see. Brilliant is taking. For 30 tons? That doesn't seem right to me. Please don't tell me that his contracts are full stop broken on this map. 18%? A fifth? Under a fifth. So 5 times the amount of 10 would be 50 bales. I am not fancying our chances. I think somehow the baling contracts on the map are absolutely smashed to smithereens. So it looks like purchasing. Yeah, oh my life, that's terrible. Yeah, it is, they're broken. So I am going to have to employ my plan B. I'm glad I've got a plan B. Yeah, so contracts are out for earning a living. Luckily we have actually sort of, yeah, I might give that 10 grand back though. We've, whatever way you look at it, whatever we've done now, minus the 10,000 that I sort of got because I conjured bales up, I think we will, I should have had 30 grand, and obviously we've sold some silage and then we bought some silage, which I wouldn't have done. I wouldn't, but it is what it is. It has been done and achieved. So let's minus 10,000 for the 10 grand that I had. That was basically for me conjuring the bales up last night. 1,000, 10,000. Go. Right, so there, corrected. That is ours legitimately. Although this is going to cost. Yeah, I suppose we ought. That is true. We ought to deduct the cost because, truthfully, we did 20. Is it 24? And then yeah, these as well on top. This is the extra. So 24, 36 bales was what we would have got off that field, what we did get off that field, simple as. And this is going to be expecting us to do a lot more to complete the contract. So whatever we have to put in money-wise, bar this, we should be obviously making money from this. We truly should. There's no other way of sort of thinking about this. Yeah, absolutely. They're broken. Smash to Smiths. So if I hadn't got a plan B, this Let's Play would now be broken because this was going to be a contract one. So 44%, 36 bales, what the hell? That means we're going to have to do a couple of runs. Right, okay then. Well. And it's cost me 11,500 for that to do the contract. Of course, we will have the benefit of this, but this is now getting into silly territory. We will deduct the amount of the silage, because that we have now delivered 100% of the bales that contract. We had a contract with the farmer to do that for 10,000, and we have done that. But because of the fact the game is wrong on the map, whether the baling is 100% completely bad. Yeah, so contracts is, as my life as a contractor is over after this contract. Yeah, so I'm so happy that I have a plan B. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of the best way to incorporate it into our storyline. Yeah. Does anybody remember Only Fools and Horses, the episode where Del Boy and that actually became millionaires, where they found some stupendous, valuable bits and bobs in the shed that was worth millions, and they became a millionaire overnight? Yeah, you remember this? Yeah. Well, I'm not going to cheat per se, but I may find an old Massey Ferguson in a shed that's worth an absolute fortune. And that is not, that is a metaphor. That is not me talking. We're not really going to find a Massey Ferguson in a shed in the game. But yeah, it's a metaphor. Metaphorically speaking, we may actually do an Only Fools and Horses, but legitimate. There is no cheating involved in what I'm about to do. Yeah. Although it feels very cheaty when you have to go to the lengths to beat a system that's broken. Yeah, this does leave a bit of a sour bit in my mouth, if I'm honest. So then, let's have a look. How much does this cost? Because this is above and beyond 3591. And I would say 44%. We're going to probably have to do 2 or 3 of these, which is ridiculous. It's almost double the amount of bales that we should be getting off the field. It's expecting. Yeah, so contracts on this, that's a good. I don't know whether that's a map maker or whether it is mechanics, but I've never known it on any other map, if I'm honest. If I was going to do contracts on any map, like on Greenlands, I said green fields last night as well as Greenlands. Yeah, I have no idea. I was tired, really tired. I was listless, and yeah. Your words are always the first, or my words are always the first thing to go when I'm tired. Yeah, so at least we have categorically proven the fact that this is totally smashed by a long way. Wow, that's a bright indicator. So if it's the contractor's life for you, don't come to Maypole Farm, or don't do baling contracts. It does put me off trying others though, if I'm honest. I don't know if they're linked or not. I know it wasn't on Horbelleron when they were broken, you had to steer clear of the cereal crops at the beginning. It was just cereal crops. Typical me, I did an oat harvest and I found out the hard way that, yeah, it was totally broken. So we know baling is busted. It is yeah, we have been busted, you could say. Right, so I'm guessing it's 2 or 3. I would say 3. 2 and a bit is my guesstimate. Based on the 44%. 2%. Another 40% left to do. I think I'm right. Indicator is on. Now that is the same road. Can we just... Wow. So I've basically got to buy some silage to make this actually, to fix this problem. I was thinking, I did think when I initially did this, that this would actually prove that it wasn't, it was just a dodgy field. But we have unfortunately unearthed the fact that it's far more than that. It is, which then means, of course, now I've got to move heaven and earth, as the saying goes, to actually make this work. At my own expense. But we will have a nice trailer out of this. Our first piece of equipment, nothing to pull it, but we shall have a trailer. Yeah. I could have leased it, that is true. But we will need a trailer, this is also true in the future, so... I'm not a massive fan of leasing. Although there is a time and a place for it. And this probably was one of those times. We've sunk all of that and we haven't got a tractor. Nor a field for that matter. So, my rules of engagement was that we would have been doing contracts as a living. Now that is a strike one, so it's now down to farming ourselves, and how do we make money? That is the question. That is the quandary. This relies totally on plan B, which I will reveal before the end of the session. I shall not keep you in suspense. I think that's quite right. Let's get this a little bit. Didn't seem to be quite under the nozzle right. So then, I think one more after this, at least one more. No, I've just got my indicator on. Now then, let's reverse. Whoa, no, wrong way. Let's do a flip round now, totally, Venus. I've gone the wrong way. Wow, I can't believe this. Well, I was looking at the maps, and this one has got a really high star rating by players, so I thought I like the look of it. It was a Bourneheath, this one, and I've been on Riverside already. I did a nuclear on it and I did like it, but again I'd like to go on a fresh map. I thought there was only 2 or 3. This is obviously Irish, but nevertheless it's still a UK map, so I don't mean that in any way other than to say I wanted a British map, because I've got a lot of Americans and European maps, and I thought, yeah, I've got my Greenlands, but that is coming up to almost to the point where it's finished. Yeah, I've got to acknowledge that fact. I do love it, but yeah, nothing lasts forever, and we are getting to the point where we've ticked, the animals are full and we're earning money hand over fist, our equipment is completed, and yeah, that to me is, as much as Farming Simulator you don't win, when you've got your farm spot on, that is the time to say we have finished. And I think we're getting close on that and Hobo's Hollow, which is a shame because I do love them both. Amazing Let's Plays. Very attached to them both. But there are some cracking maps out there. It's the challenge. I love it when we're at this stage where you've got absolutely zilch. You've just got that pipe dream of a farm, and then it's how do you get to that? That's what I love. That's why I'm not a massive... I've got my first farm manager at Stone Valley to actually start with lots of things, but you've got the ability to buy all your tractors, or some tractors, a skeleton. It's it's almost handed on a plate, almost, and I don't like that. I like to work for it so that we can say we came from this one. Again, we will have come from nothing. even say anything? I never saw it say. Wow. Will I actually finish? This is silly. That's 3. So I'm just keeping a tally on how many trailer loads we're doing. So that's the equivalent of another 24 things. So that would have been 48, 58, 60 bales off that little field. And that's so far. Yeah, there's another 8 bales odd if we complete on this next thing. So yeah, wow, this is costing me a fortune. Yeah. The farmers certainly in this area want good value for money, or should I say the impossible. You set up for a fall from the very beginning because it's impossible for you to complete on the contract, and then some. And we're not talking about a smidgy now, we're talking about double. Yeah, 36 bales we got off of the field, and they want 72 or more. I'll let you do the maths. It's not a little bit out, it's like a giant. Yeah, it's as far out as you can possibly get. When I said broken, I did mean broken. Yeah. Typical me. You choose to do a contract start on a map where the contracts are broken. Go figure. Only I could do this. Well, I'm hoping I'm right. This has cost us nearly £4 a pop. 12 grand almost in the hole to earn. Is it 10,000? Oh my life! Is this? It would have been better to just. No, but with this, yeah, we're trying to play by a set of rules, Mr. Smith. It would have been. I could have gone to sell silage direct. This is true, but I don't class that as actually farming simulator. That's just me using a mod. Yeah, this is a means to an end because the game has cheated us, not for any other reason. So if that's 30% off with the Mantrid thing, that's 3591. So that would make that 3.5 about 5,000 normally for a 30-ton. Wow, so that's quite a saving. It is. I usually use H2 Studios, but I thought for a change, I've always said this, I do like to use different mods. The Mantrid one is also excellent. It is obviously costs a fortune, but yeah, I did that out of my own 300 grand at the beginning before giving the rest away, because I wanted this to be a challenge, not an impossibility. Yeah, still, I think we're nearly there now, he says, so confidently. Let's see if your mathematics are right, Mr. Smith, and that's not necessarily your best. No, it isn't my best. Not terrible, but, well, it depends how tired I am. I can be terrible. The cadaver of the road on this map in places is a bit draggy. Yeah, yesterday I had to learn there was some nasty bits on that back road that really do drag you into the middle. It may have looked like my driving was terrible, although I did crash into exactly the same thing again, although it was me trying to turn the indicator off, which meant I went crashing into the right hand side. I only did it once, which I was quite proud of, because yeah, these are quite tight roads, and when you've got to drive along, yeah, the other side of the map 5 or 6 times, in fact no, it was more like 10 times, with catching all the equipment and doing all the work myself. So yeah, there was a lot of driving, which is why I did time lapse. I knew it was going to be a monster. That was 4 hours condensed into 1. Now then, please have mercy. my life, finally. It was just not even a snippet of money. We just managed to finish it. Oh my life. That's 4 times 3, 691. So if we say 3,700, which is 612, 14.8. I shall check. 15 grand in the hole. Right, let's take this back home. Yeah, because I don't want to leave my trailer stranded. Yeah, I am fully aware that these tractors are not mine. So I shall calculate that. I shall stop the camera. So it was 3691, wasn't it? Do you know, I should have thought I'd written that down. It was 3,000. I'm sure it was. 3691 really does stick in my head. I shall check in editing as well if I'm wrong, but we'll just call it. We'll call it 37 because I've given that 10 grand back. That's 4 times 3,007 is 12,000 and 4 sevens, so definitely 2.8. That's 14.8. Yes. Let's do that now. While I remember. 14,800. Right, that's reimbursed for the silage, which we should never have had to take there. That is the equivalent then of 8, 16, 32 bales. So it was almost double. The farm was expecting almost 2 times the amount of silage bales than their field could possibly produce. So to say that it's a little unfair is definitely, yeah, an understatement. Right, so I'm glad I've got a plan B, and I am so glad I am the map maker. Yeah, massive thank you, Cavalier Roy, because what you have enabled me to do, this Let's Play would be over right now had you not have set your map up as you have, and I did some digging yesterday. Right, let's stick this out of the way, because I don't know when we can afford a tractor. Although, yeah, I'm hoping it's soon. Right, contract. Let's grab this contract. Flippin' heck. So our real money now is 51,706. Now then, you're going to ask me, now what is my plan B? Being as we can't do contracts because they're broken, and I'm not going to try any more. I'm not doing any more baling contracts. Definitely not. I could do harvesting, but I don't know if the map's broken in other areas, and I'm not willing to try this, so we're going to have to change direction. Now then, I thanked a massive shout out to Cavalier Roy. Now, which one was it? No, it's not that one. It is that one. Right. Now then, let's go visit the farm which we have just bought. Now then, you may all, or you may not know actually, that I used to work for a company called Erlang Village International Leisure, aka Evil. It was the storyline on the Badjo. Yeah, that was who I used to work for, and they got me to come in and they gave me 300 grand and I would build a farm up, and then they would break it up for profit, because I am so good at making farms profitable. That's not me bragging, it's the proof is on YouTube. Yeah, it's like all content creators. Yeah, I've done stupendously. So we need land, we do, and we have bought land now. We have, but we have no money. Well, we have 15,336. Well, I've got contacts. I have in Erlang still. Now, that is a point. Is this on our land still? It is. The house as well. Yeah. I have contacts where I can sell things through my contracts. because they literally did break up farms, and they would sell things and get things shipped from one place to another and make an absolute fortune. That is what they do for a living. They break things up and sell it, and then sell the land for profit as well. So using my contracts, what I am going to do is exactly that. Yes, we are going to, where we can, this is the bit where I thought, yeah, I'm not cheating, I'm not, but this is no, we can't do the chicken coop. No, we can't. That's not ours, right? Okay, or it won't let you. I know, Cavalier, I did find this on Riverside. There were some things you could sell and some things that you couldn't, and yeah, we will sell what we can because we want the lands. That is what we're after. If I'm honest, where possible, we'll keep what buildings we can't. Or we can't sell the carbon with feeding robots. We can sell the bulk haul. We do indeed. And I think I can sell that. I'm sure I can. Not sure. I don't think it'll let me sell you. No, we've already tried that. Now if we've got that, then we are going to make good use of it. Those sheds, I have no. Yeah, this is obviously no. That is also part of that. I'm keeping those nice sheds and selling the ones that are worth a lot of money. We have contracts all over the world for selling things. Obviously, they double that now. I think that again is animal. That's horses. Yes, it is. We might actually do horses as well, I think. Now then, let's... Again, it's animals, I'm sure. I am liking this. I am. I'm glad that we've got so many animals. We shall be making good use of them as well. I am, yeah, I'm not going to be silly. I think that's it. Ooh. Now what about... Because I'm going to go into farm productions. Yes, the Omatana one is my go-to now. And that was the... Yeah, so this is all our land. And... Have we got 2 of these? Let's come out of this mode. Have we got 2? Is that part of that? We have one tank that I missed. Ah, that one there. No, we don't. No, this is our plan B. We don't do this, we're in serious trouble. This is really done for, yeah, because this is plan B. Right, and there we go. We have now, through winning a game of cards, which we put all our money on, and we have, remember the analogy? The Del Boy I found in a shed? Yeah, actually, yeah, let's go with the Massey story. In one of these sheds, under a cover, was one of the most stupendous David Brown tractors that you have ever seen, and we've scoured the local sales and done it up, and a collector has been and sold it, and let's go with the truth. The bottom line is we did buy the land, and we have used our contacts to sell all the things, and we've still got a fantastic farmyard and the ability to buy some fields and some equipment. We have got a fighting chance. I am going to leave it here though. This is, yeah, it has still been a monster, even though, and quite a gutting one, although I do feel, I hope you will allow me this. It isn't where I wished it to go. It really isn't. I was going to pull this ace card later on and do something like this, but only when we were established through our own efforts already. So yeah, it is a bit of a sour taste, but I can't help the fact the contracts are broken. So this would end if I didn't do something a little bit special like this. So I mean, we've done very well. We've managed to yeah, by hook or crook, we've got. So we have got. Where do we buy our animals? I would just like to see. Where is it in there? Mr. Smith, let's have a bit of a recce. Let's have a lap of honour now that we are here, because I could be really. Do I not own this then? Is that why it wouldn't let me sell it, or is the point in the field buying the animals? Do we not own? It'll be the pasture. Of course it will. I'm being silly. Let's do it. Yeah, I agree. Right, so we are pointing that away. So is it 89? It is indeed. Excellent. So how many is horses? Actually, not sheep. 16. I think we might do horses. Absolutely amazing. So that would mean then this here, likewise, means we need to buy 90. For 33. Absolutely, yes. Will indeed. What does that entitle me to? Is it sheep? It is sheep. Wow, 500. I guess we're going to sheep in a big way then. I think we will stick at that. Sheep and horses to begin with. I do. We've got 843,000, which seems an awful lot of money, but you think about it, we've got to buy somewhere. All we've got so far is one trailer. So yes, we do need to. Yeah, we've not even got a. That must be selling bits and bobs, or is it buying? We shall find out. We shall. This is some joys for future. Yeah, I'm quite happy. I'm not happy with how it's developed, and I am massive shout out though to Cavalier Roy, because without this I would seriously have no Let's Play now, because the contracts are broken for whatever reason. Will we buy another house? I think we should move out of Tom's, I do, and I think we should put a proper sleep trigger down, and I think it should go really where the house was originally. I think as part of our Let's Play. Now, how did I get... What's the proper way? Yeah, let's do this properly. The last thing we'll do, let's place the sleep trigger. We're going to go modest, because as part of our story, although I know it seems like we've done terribly well, we really haven't. We don't have a dog either. No, that was a figment of your imagination. Yeah, we're going to start small, I think, and we are going to build up to the farmhouses. I think a tent's a little bit. Do we? What are we going to go for? Do we start with a tent to recognise the fact that we've just moved from America? Do you know, why not? That is the... Yeah, I think we will. And we shall sell that later on. We shall sell our tent, and we shall gradually move up to other things, as I think as a sign that we are moving on. Although it looks like, as I say, we will seriously next time have the fun of... that is a point. Let's buy that little chicken area. I think we will do chickens as well. It must be that tiny weeny little... It is smashing. We will indeed next time. We shall buy some animals on this stupendous farm. Yeah, that we have won in a game of cards. No, that's not what we're going with at all, but it could be that it's such stupendous things do happen. But yeah, it seems still very stupendous. But no, Tom put me in contact with the farmer, and yeah, it is a friend of Tom's. And yeah, to be honest, let's be realistic. Actually, we're going to say we're partners. We've agreed to take over the farm, and yeah, we've repurchased some of the lands, and we sold off some bits and bobs, but not my partner didn't want some of the bigger things. We still want to keep all the animals and make this back into a working farm, because we don't own a stitch of equipment. No, not even a telehandler. Yeah, that is the shop's, it is, and it's going to stay at the shop. Unless, no, we will, that's definitely it. So next time we're going to start to buy a bit of equipment. We're not going to go mad though, because we need to buy some animals, and that's true. How close is Mantrid's thing to us? It's quite a fair old trek, isn't it? We've got to try and find out though what this is, whether this is storage for said product, or whether this is buy points, and also what sort of price this is, or is this production? Does this produce? See, I don't know. I've never had this yet. This is, yeah. Right, anyway. This is for the next session. Yeah, I am going to say, I am glad this Let's Play is continuing and it's not broken and finished before it's even started, because that would have been gutting. We shall have to buy a silo. Yeah, we shall. And farm productions and such like, which will be placing the bits where we've just moved things like this. Absolutely. But anyway, yeah, no more waffling. I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you can continue with me on this exciting journey that's had a few twists and turns, to say the least. So I'm going to say goodbye for now.